Man, courage isn't just in the battlefield of life. Sometimes it's in those conversations that we've been putting off. The ones that are so heavy on our heart and they keep pushing, but we keep pushing it to tomorrow.
We do. It's so easy to let things go just because we don't have the courage to talk about them. And what people have to remember is they're not stepping into it alone. God's word is real specific in Joshua 1:9. It says, "Have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." I mean, it's right there, Paul. It says it all. Easier said than done. Shout out to Richie. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it's not that you're never gonna not feel afraid. It's that knot in your stomach's never gonna go away for sure. It's always about walking into that moment, feeling that presence of God with you and knowing that like I can still do this even when I'm afraid, even when I feel like I don't have the courage to do it because there's a power with me that I can't do on my own.
Yeah, we definitely cannot do it on our own. We actually talked about this on the most recent Wednesday night faith and discipleship call. And we boiled it down to, these conversations that are really tough to have for whatever reason, but the root is often that fear of maybe hurting the other person, that fear of it leading to a fight, that fear of things just not going well. You're just afraid, you're uncomfortable. Those are all, I feel like, roots of fear. But we really need to remember that we need to speak truth. But in that truth, it needs to be filled with love, because how would I put it? I'd say truth without love, it becomes more of a weapon, right? Because you can really hurt somebody if you say things and you don't mean well. And if you love someone without truth, it's really just empty. It's an empty comfort.
Yeah, so I think a lot of us will wait until we feel ready. And I think more often than not, we'll never actually feel ready. And knowing too that you don't have to. God can and he will prepare you. His power is made perfect in weakness. So what that means is we can step into that room feeling the shakiness or the worriness that we may have, but still stepping into a strong knowing is with us.
Remember, too, that courage, it doesn't need to be loud. You don't need to be high in volume, but it's in that quiet, the discipline of listening. And that's something I don't always do real well, is listen. I'm not loud. I'm not a yeller. Never have been. Not saying I never have yelled, of course. But it doesn't need volume, right? You don't need to be loud. Sometimes you just need to hold your tongue. You need to keep cool. And that's where true strength really comes from.
We talk about that steady presence of saying your piece, having that part of your conversation be said without having to dominate it based off the tone of your voice. I think that's the ultimate display of strength right there, even when you don't feel it because you're lacking courage in the moment because you're not feeling ready. If you can keep your composure in those moments, that's that true, I said my piece regardless of the outcome, regardless of how your feelings may be, because I think too often we'll defer from that and we'll say we don't want them to feel a certain way, so we'll hold back. And like we talked about last night, we'll sacrifice our own feelings because we're worried about someone else's. So if this message resonated with you, stand firm in your faith. Be strong, be courageous, do everything with love, like Joey talked about earlier, because the conversations that you step into with courage today will be the stories that your kids and your family remember tomorrow. So this stuff really is your legacy. And if you're holding back from conversations you need to have, people notice that. And more importantly, you notice that.
If these are the types of conversations you'd like to or you need to have, this is what we do in Brotherhood Forged. This is what we do in our community. We lift each other up. We listen. We don't have answers for everyone, but we offer advice and we offer support. It's an amazing community, Brotherhood Forged with a D.com. We would love it if you joined us. Be blessed, y'all.
See you guys.